This program is brought to you by UCKG.
I used to be very angry, held many grudges in my heart. My father, I've never met in my life, even to this age. My mom, I really had loads of grudges against her because I blamed her for the reason why my father wasn't there. And I had many issues within inside of myself, like really bad issues, because at night time I'll cry myself to sleep. But when I was outside, I wanted to be something to my friends. I wanted to be a big guy. I wanted to be, the boss. I wanted to show people who I wasn't. I got invited to the church. But at the beginning, the main reason why I was coming was for the girls, the attention, until a point where my life was really low, lowest as it could have been. People was threatening to kill me. My life, I was suicidal. My family was just really, it was a mess. All of these things was coming against me. My education was going wrong. And I thought, okay, if I'm in this place and there's so many people's lives changing, why can't my life change as well? My mentor, he was there from the beginning until the end, until my process, from the start to the end. He kept saying you could do it. I started to doubt. I said, no, I can't do it, it's too hard. He said, you can. If I could do it, you could do it. He told me, how I could be someone successful in life. I can become a role model to many people. And I started to believe in his words. I started to believe that it could come true. The possibility of my life being different, it was possible. Today, my life is completely different, transformed, not only just within, but also outside. Now, I don't have the depression, I don't have suicidal thoughts, I'm not sad, I don't have grudges inside of myself. I'm successful now, I have my own place, I'm independent, most importantly, I'm happy, and I know where I'm going. And because of the person that believed in me, and he never gave up on me, I wanted to do the same. I wanted to pass on this spirit that he had to someone else as well. And that is when I invited Eli Belma. And I believed in him just as my mentor believed in me.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's Finding Answers. Tonight's topic is called, Where is my ambition? And my guest for this evening, who went through a lot in her young life, actually lost kind of the belief that she could achieve what she wanted to set out to achieve. And if you found yourself that you've lost your ambition, whatever situation that you have faced or are facing right now or in the past, and you don't feel as though you can achieve your goals, you've lost that drive, you've lost the belief in yourself. You don't think you can achieve what you've always wanted to become in life. Well, on tonight's program, our aim is hopefully to help you to do that, or at least find out what the root of the problem is, and even help you by giving you some advice and even some tools that you can put into practice so that you can achieve your lifelong goals or your ambitions. Let's have a look at the video for tonight on more about this topic.
Ambition can be defined as some kind of achievement or distinction. It involves the desire for attainment and the motivation and determination to strive for its accomplishments, even in the face of failure and adversity. But at some point in life, people seem to forget what they want to do. They don't know where they want to go or what they want to do at all. This can bring feelings of emptiness and a feeling of pointlessness. Feeling uninspired can be frustrating and confusing. Maybe you are sitting on the fence about which career path you want to take. Or maybe you want to start a new project, but you are fearful of starting again. Or maybe you have settled for less than you really want out of life. If you are stuck in a pattern of inaction, then you may be a victim of your own inner critic. You may be telling yourself that you should be thankful for what you have, rather than searching for change. But everyone has ambitions. So rather than feeling a constant sense of dissatisfaction, why not consider what you really want? And once you've decided upon this, start taking steps towards your goals and find your ambition.
Everyone sets out to have an ambition. They want to achieve something in life. They want to be a success. But what happens when something gets in the way of your success? You know, a problem that occurs, and it could be anything that can happen that you may be facing or have faced that has stopped you believing in yourself. You know, where is my ambition? That's a question maybe you've not asked yourself, but we are going to pose this question tonight. Where is your ambition? What are you going to do despite the failings in your life, despite things going wrong for you? Maybe you've made wrong decisions. Maybe situations have come in your way and has led you down a wrong path. And, you know, you don't believe in yourself anymore. You don't believe that you can make it in life. So we are here to obviously help you to find out this question, or to answer this question, so that you can be a success. You know, you can make it. You can believe in yourself once again. I'm sure if you don't believe in yourself, there are other people who do believe in you. All right? With me tonight is Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Hiya.
Where is my ambition?
It's an interesting one, because when we talk about ambition, most people assume that we're talking about your career. Now, obviously, this is true, that you can be ambitious in your career, but the concept of ambition can relate to any aspect of your life, such as a hobby, having a family, or if you just want to make a real difference in the world. But what exactly is ambition? So psychologists at the University of California have studied ambition, and they believe that it's more than just having drive. It's about energy and determination, but also it calls for goals as well. So people with goals but no energy are the ones who may put off getting up and doing something each day. And people with energy but no clear goals just move from one project to the next without any real focus. So in order to find your ambition, then maybe you need a combination of energy and clear goals.
Yeah, now, there are some people that they've lost that energy, or maybe they've never had it because of a particular problem that they have faced or that they're going through at the moment. And as you rightly mentioned, there are some people who don't even set goals, and they don't know where they are going. So any kind of problem or any distraction will kind of divert you on a different path than they originally wanted to set out, right? Now, if you are this person, if you can identify with this, you know what? I try to set goals. I want to, but maybe there's something literally stopping you. That could be a health problem. Maybe it's people. Some people are out to block you. They don't want you with your ideas, and your ideas are good. You know, you have this drive, but there's someone or some people stopping you. And I don't want to say that, you know, those people, whoever they may be, you know, they're not the be all and end all. You can still find a way, but maybe you've lost your belief in yourself, right? You've lost that energy to move forward, to find another way around this problem. Maybe your situation has stopped dead in its tracks because of you not setting the goals for yourself. So there are lots of people, Victoria, I don't know if you know people like this, but they set lots of goals, but they never kind of stick to one. I know people who like to, they go on lots of courses. They go on courses for motivational speaking. They go on courses for, handwriting, how to write a book. They go on a course to knit. They do lots of little things to kind of get lots of experience or skills, but then they never focus on one and go all out for that. Do you know people like that?
Yeah, and I suppose the more things that you take up, actually, the less likely you are to complete them.
Yeah.
So you may feel good about yourself once you start all these different things, but actually when you get maybe a couple of weeks in, you're the kind of person who just gives up, and actually that can make you feel even worse.
Yeah. So maybe you're not achieving what you set out to achieve because you're doing lots of things and you haven't set a precise goal and stick to it. I'll give an example. Have you ever gone into a shop and you don't know exactly what that shop is selling? I mean, it seems to be aimed at, say, children, for example, or confectioners. But when you go in, they're selling all kinds of things. They're selling pet things. They're selling things for the car. They're selling fish. They're selling all kinds of things. And you step outside, you look at the sign and you think, well, is this actual confection? Is it an off license? Or is it a big department store that sells everything? That business will never succeed because they haven't found their focus. They haven't found what it is that they're best at and stick to it. And maybe that's the picture of your life. Maybe you're doing lots of things, and because you're not succeeding, you're not achieving, you're not breaking through in one particular area because you're doing so many things, you've lost your ambition. You've lost that determination because things aren't going your way. If you want to give us a call, if you feel as though I've lost my drive, I've lost that energy, I don't know, I don't know what goals to set anymore because I've set so many and I'm not even achieving one thing yet, then you can give us a call. Our aim is to kind of help you, steer you in the right direction. I mean, you don't need a lecturer. You don't need a professor to guide you. You don't need to go on a particular course. What you need to do is just speak to someone and they can say, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you done this? That's all, a word. A simple, basic word could help you in the right direction. If you'd like to give us a call, Victoria, please, can you share with the people our contact details, please?
Absolutely. So our number is 020 7686 6300, or send us an email. Our email address is help@findinganswers.tv. Or you can contact us via social media. Just send us a tweet. Start your tweet with @FindAnswersTV. Or you can find us on Facebook by searching for Finding Answers, and you can look at our pictures or watch our previous shows on YouTube under the name of Finding Answers. Also, if you'd like to look at our website, then you can go to www.findinganswers.tv.
There you have it, an array of ways that you can contact us on tonight's program. The lines are open now. If you do want to call in and speak to one of our advisors, they'll be on hand to listen to your situation, your problem, your story, give some advice. If you even want to come on air and speak to us and ask our guest some questions related to her story tonight, then feel free. You are most welcome to add to the program. All right? When we come back, then after the break, we're going to meet our guest for this evening. We'll see you after this.
All systems are go. We're about to
Follow My Channel's updates on Facebook. Like your favourite videos and see pictures of your favourite artists. Access our Twitter @MyChannelUK and get to know what's on with My Channel. Visit tvmychannel.com and be connected to our world. My Channel, a whole new world of entertainment.
So, maybe you're thinking about making some big changes or setting some ambitious goals for yourself. Maybe you want to lose 20 pounds or read through the Bible. Maybe you want to run a marathon or repair a broken relationship. Whatever your big goal is, the temptation is to expect to go straight from here to here, or from here to here. The reality is, there are a lot of small steps between big decisions and big results. Challenges and obstacles await. At some point, you might even want to quit. But stand firm. Don't be disappointed with slow progress. Don't be overwhelmed by the destination. Rather, focus on what you can do today. Skip dessert. Read a chapter. Go for a run. Make a phone call. The more difficult the journey, the more rewarding the destination. And it can all start today with just one small step.
All systems are go. We're about ready.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Now, if you just joined us, tonight's topic is, where is my ambition? If you've lost your ambition, if you've lost that belief in yourself, if you feel as though you can't make it, you can't achieve your goals in life, then tonight's story will hopefully help you. My guest for tonight her name is Anneka Marston. So let's meet her now. Sorry, I got your name wrong. It's Anneka.
Anneka.
Anneka, sorry. Anneka, welcome to the program.
Thanks.
So, you at a young life, in your younger years of your life, like many people on our program, they went through a lot, right, in life. And it's no different with yourself. And the things that you went through in life kind of dictated how you viewed your life or where you wanted to go or be.
Most
right?
definitely, yeah.
Can you tell us about that, please?
Yeah, so it started from when I was around the age of 5. My sister and my dad were both not together, but they were involved in illegal activities, involved in selling drugs, transporting drugs around the world, and obviously the crime that comes with drugs. So they ended up in prison.
Right.
Both doing long-term sentences, one doing 8 and one doing 7, which meant that my mum, when my sister went to prison, my mum, she already had 2 kids. So my mum had to take on her kids, obviously, which made our family 3 rather than me just 1.
Right.
My mum had to then, like I said, she had to work extra.
So look, this is your sister and your father.
Yeah.
So 2 important people in your life were now in prison.
Yeah.
And that was a toll, right? It took a toll on your mum.
Most definitely, yes.
Okay, so financially, emotionally,
physically, yeah.
Yeah. So how did that affect you?
Things that normal kids would have, or I say normal because the things that I experienced, for me, it wasn't normal. It was never the same as what other kids at school would share with me. My lifestyle or my routine when I go home never matched up. So I didn't have someone to cook me meals when I come home from school, or someone to support me, parents'
So mum
evenings.
wasn't there to do that?
No, she was not.
Busy working, trying to bring home
exactly
a wage, right?
Yeah.
To feed everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like I said, parents even, she was never there. She never encouraged me in anything that would happen at school. If I had good grades, it was never acknowledged. She wouldn't know, all she would know is that I would get up and go to school.
Right.
This is when I was younger. She would know that I get up and go to school because she would send me there. She wouldn't even have time to bring me to school because she'd be working nights.
And how old are you at the time?
This started from like 5 going up until 9.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were kind of independent. You had to kind of grow up fast.
Yeah.
When you would come home from school, would you have to make your own food or
Sure, yes.
do things, you know, which a parent should have done?
Yes, most definitely. I'd have to cook for myself, clean areas, because she wouldn't have the time. Not that she didn't want to, but she just literally didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes if she wasn't able to cook, she would just leave a note and money on the stairs, or buy your dinner today, or something like that, or here's your lunch money for tomorrow.
You know, in today's age, people would say that that's a neglectful parent, right? They should be locked up, children should be taken away from her. But she was trying her best, understandably, right?
Yeah.
She was thrusted in this situation along with yourself, and she tried to cope the best way that she could.
Yes.
She tried her best, she did her best, but there were consequences.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it didn't affect your mum, didn't affect the others, but it did affect you as well. So tell us, what were the thoughts going on? Where did it lead to?
I used to think that she doesn't care about me, because whereas I would see my friends being disciplined, oh, you're not allowed to go out at this time, or you're not allowed to do this. I never had her to tell me no.
Right.
And even if she did, she was never there to actually see me.
So you were free to do whatever you wanted?
Yes.
Did you want her to be there to tell you no? Or it was like, you know what, there's this freedom, I can do whatever I want. What did you really
In the beginning,
feel
it's like, whoa, I have freedom.
Yeah.
But then later on, you feel that, you know, there is no one there. Do you know what I mean?
I want my mum, right?
Yeah.
Just her presence.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
There.
For example, you know, I never knew what it was like to hug or to kiss or to show affection towards her, because she was never there.
Wasn't there.
So when I would see friends at school say, oh, I love you, mum, or I can't wait for my mum to pick me up, or I'm going this place on the weekend with my mum, it was very strange to me, because we would never have that time. We just didn't have that relationship.
Yeah. So from there, where did things lead in your life?
She actually got sick. She got sick and she couldn't work. She couldn't work anymore because her job demanded a lot from her physically, and she was sick. So she ended up staying at home, and she started to go down within herself. She wasn't taking care of herself. She wasn't taking care of the house. She really was, by then, not taking care of me.
How old were you at this time?
I was about 14.
Okay.
Yeah, 14.
So some years have gone by now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And what were you doing?
Supposed to be going to school. I was in my teens. I was very rebellious. By then I was, because she was never around, and she didn't know me.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to entertain myself when she wasn't around, so I started to get involved in the wrong crowds.
Yeah.
I started smoking weed when I was 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had your mum around, you wouldn't have done these things?
Probably not, because I wouldn't have the time to. Whereas I remember being 12 and I could go out and come home 10:30, and because she was working nights, she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Or she was completely exhausted. She'd be sleeping and I would sneak out the front door.
Yeah. You know, mentioning that, I'm not into politics as such, but from what you said, if your mum was there to discipline you, to correct you, to just be there as a mum, then you would have taken drugs, you would have gone on this, wild lifestyle that we're going to hear about in a few minutes' time. The thing is, there is a movement, and I don't know if you agree with it or not, where it's trying to take power away from parents and let the state take care of the children, right? Power is taken away from parents, so you can't discipline your child, and you can't tell your child what to do, and children are growing up now, in this day and age, and if their parents just shout, not even smack them, but then that child will already automatically say, I will call the authorities on you. Do you agree with that or not? As I said, I don't want to get into politics, but this is something that angers me. I don't know if it angers you or not. But if this does happen, we're going to have more children growing up doing worse things with a parent there, right? Because you're going to be there with your parent, with your children, and you won't have the powers to discipline them, to tell them off even, right? Do you agree with this or not? If you want to share your opinions, please give us a call. Your mum was there with you.
Yep.
But because she wasn't there to tell you, guide you, you went off and did the things that you did. And if this doesn't stop, if power doesn't stay with parents, we're going to have a big problem in this country with young children taking drugs and doing all kinds of things. Be careful, watch out. Look what's going to happen if we don't make a move to stop this now. Anyway, back to you. Sorry, I'm not a politician, but this is something that really angers me. Anyway, this is what happened with you. You started now going out, right?
Yeah.
Because of this freedom that you had.
Yeah.
Please tell us what happened.
I used to, instead of going to school, I was just about to start preparing for my GCSEs, but I would hardly go to school. I would never bunk. By then I was so bold to say to her, look, I'm not going to school today. And whether or not she agreed, she knew that there was no way of her making sure of me going to school because she was at work. So I would go to school when I feel like I got involved with the wrong crowds, like partying a lot, doing things that...
I'm thinking smoking.
Yeah, most definitely.
Drugs, weed.
Weed, yeah.
Yep. What else? Was there alcohol involved?
Yes, alcohol. I remember going out one day and I had a cocktail of alcohol and I was so sick. I'm quite surprised how I didn't end up in hospital. But yeah, I would...
And what was that? Was that just trying to forget about your life, your problems?
No, it wasn't even about trying to forget about my past. It was just like, oh, I can do it. I can do this, so why not do it?
It was fun?
Yeah.
At that time? But I'm sure later on, there came a point where it wasn't fun anymore.
Of course. Before that, carrying on getting involved in the wrong crowd, I met a guy who was in the same, how can I say, he was involved with drugs as well, just like my sister and my dad.
Right.
Why
did you go for him? If you knew that your sister and your dad were in prison for drugs, was it he was giving you attention that maybe your mum didn't give you? What was it?
To be honest with you, with the whole drugs thing, it just felt normal. Everyone in my family smoked it. Either they smoked it or dealt it, or was selling it, sorry. So I didn't even pay attention to the whole him being involved in drugs thing. I think what brought me to him was his personality and the way that he lived his life.
Right.
Which was all about money.
Right.
All about gadgets, all about just about money in general.
Right. He had things.
Yeah.
Which you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Right. So, at a young age, we all want, kids want the latest computers, now iPads and things like that, trainers, right? You wanted those things naturally, and because you didn't get it, now there was someone who was flashing the cash.
Of course. And by then, I didn't have any, for example, I left school, right? But I didn't have GCSEs. I failed terribly in them. I had no desire to go to college. I knew I wanted to be something, but I didn't know exactly what. And because of me not going to school and missing out a lot in education, I just completely thought, well, I'm not going to make it, so I might as well just enjoy life or enjoy it every day as it comes.
Right.
So when I did meet him, I was completely attracted. He had everything that I didn't.
Right.
And so I just became involved with him. And from there, just things started to go down, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would he give you money and things like that? Would he give you the things and you would go and buy them?
He would throw money at me.
Really?
Yeah.
So he liked you? Would I right be saying he loved you?
We grew to love each other. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he would give you money?
Yeah.
And you would go and do what with it?
Spend it on absolutely anything and everything.
Right.
To be honest with you, I would go out a simple trip to the groceries, to the local supermarket. I would spend like £300 on absolutely nonsense.
Groceries. Right.
I would, and then end up not cooking, because by then we lived together. We were living together. I would spend it on groceries and not even end up cooking. We'll just eat out all the time. Or go into the shop to buy clothes. I would buy a shoe, a particular style, but in many colours, just to say that, oh, I have that shoe in this colour, and not even wear it.
Really?
Yeah.
So they'll be in their boxes?
Literally.
Right.
Yeah. I just wanted, my whole house was just full of, it was just for me to say, oh, I have this, but I had no use for them.
But looking back, we know now it was just filling a gap, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the shoes that you wanted. It wasn't even the guy that you were going out with, or the money, right?
Yeah.
Trace it back to that love that you didn't have, that care, back to the family, right? Where did things progress from here?
From
the point where, you were spending money, you were with your partner. Did things get worse for you?
Yeah, they did. The situation at home, because by then, like I said, we were living together. So he started to sell A-class drugs.
Right.
And with that came obviously a lot of crime and violence. We had to sometimes sleep. Well, we had to sleep with protection in the house, in order for him to protect himself.
Well, just rival drug dealers.
Yeah. And also, not only that, from the ones who would take the drugs as well, drug addicts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come knocking on the door.
Sometimes they'll follow him. Yeah.
So you were living a dangerous life, right? Anything could have happened to you or him, for that matter. We're going to go for a break. When we come back, you're going to hear the rest of what happened to Anneka, but also how she used the power of faith to change her life around. We'll see you after this.
All systems are go. We're about ready.
Has the US been steering killer drones? Missiles won't reach Syria for several months. Fighter jets to be outside.
When we want to reach our goals, we research, act, and make sure we know everything there is to know about that topic. We study hard because that is the intelligent thing to do. This is the same for our development as a Christian. The Faith School is designed for those who want a degree in spiritual growth, those who want to separate time to study the Holy Bible and follow God's path for their life. There is no admissions fee and it's suitable for every level of learner. You will learn how to interpret the Word of God for your daily life and become stronger internally. Do you want to find inner peace and spiritual strength? Then this course is for you. The Faith School, every Wednesday at your local UCKG Help Centre. For more information, call 020 7686 6000 or visit our website uckg.org.
Once upon a time, there was Alice. She enjoyed a drink, her one simple pleasure. She could stop when she wanted, downing a little more for good measure. At work, concealed bottles and extra strong mints were the game. The warm, happy feeling was fading and giving way to shame. The months and days became a blur of hospital lights. Married to a heavy drinker, her prince was charming, apart from the violence, arguments and fights. On the kitchen floor, she comes to. She hears, "Mum, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you." The alcohol was plentiful, but had dried up all the laughter. She sat alone and pondered, can I really have a happily ever after? Living with an addiction is no fairy tale, but a life with addictions is a story that can be rewritten. Addiction Cleansing Therapy. If you are struggling with any type of addiction, speak to us on our 24-hour helpline. Call 020 7686 6000 or head to addictioncleansingtherapy.org to watch the true stories of regular people like Julie who took action to beat their addictions. Act for change.
All systems are go. We're about ready.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight our topic is where is my ambition? So now it's time to go to the general public on the streets of London to see what they have to say about ambition.
Definitely depression is probably number one.
They're arguing and they're talking negatively about each other.
What is more valuable than another? And
I think you can have as many friends and family as you want. It just depends.
Is a common regret, like, oh, like I should have like asked that person out, or like.
Hi, I'm Chika here on the streets of London for Finding Answers. Tonight's topic is where is my ambition? Ambition is something that can be defined generally, but I'm going to be finding out from the general public if they have a more personal definition of ambition. Let's find out what they think. In your opinion, how would you define ambition?
Okay, well, for me, ambition is doing what you want to do without hurting other people. So I grew up here in the UK, but my ambition was to travel when I reached 35. And I moved to China, then Singapore, and now I'm going to Hong Kong. So for me, it was living out what I wanted to do. But in doing that, there are some sacrifices, but more to myself than others. And it just felt right to carry on doing that. Having said that, I want to come back here in about 2 years. So I think, you know, and it's doing things in a way that's fulfilling for you, but I definitely think it's not a capitalist thing, you know, where you're just thinking about yourself. You're thinking about the whole rounded picture. I'm lucky because I don't have a family. Well, in the sense I do have parents and brothers and sisters. But, you know, when I go for what I want, I try and make sure that it's balanced. So I think that's very important in today's society. Yeah.
For me, ambition is a goal, something I strive for, something that I want. And that's how I define ambition. If you don't have ambition, you can't strive for something that you really want.
I personally think ambition depends on your outlook in life. It can be ambition for yourself, or it could be ambition for somebody else. So it's about striving to progress, grow, better your journey in life, whether it's as a career, whether it's family, or to have ambition for somebody else to do well. So it really depends, but I think overall it's about growth and being a better person.
I would say ambition is what one intends to do with one's future, what one aspires to do. So with most people that tends to be money, that's what the focus is. For me, it's education. I've applied to go to Cardiff University to study biology this September, and in the end I wish to maybe go further study to do medicine or do a PhD.
Well, there you have it. Some people again talking about their definition of ambition. I want to go back to Anneka's story. So, with everything that you mentioned, things got worse for you, right?
Yeah, they did.
Tell us about that. Tell us what happened.
I started to experience panic attacks.
Right. That came out of the blue?
Yeah,
right.
it did. So, like I said, I started having panic attacks. I wasn't able to sleep at night. I started to feel depressed, and I basically went to seek medical help about it.
And were you given any medication?
They tried to offer me antidepressants, which I didn't want to take,
Right.
because I thought I was too young to take it. But they referred me to...
How old are you at this time, by the way?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Panic attacks? Couldn't sleep?
Yeah.
Depression?
Yeah.
Did you fear for your life?
I did. I did. Thoughts of death would always go through my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't feel secure, protected by your partner?
No, not at all. So, like I said, my GP referred me to see a psychotherapist.
Yeah.
To try to help the issue of having panic attacks.
Yeah. And how often would these panic attacks occur?
Every day. I would have at least 4 a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
4 a day?
4 a day. And I remember one being so bad that I was rushed to hospital in an ambulance and actually taken to the resuscitation room.
Because?
Because I was finding it so hard to breathe.
Right. So what did they have to do?
Just they done a few blood tests. I had to do lots of ECGs.
So all of this going on, what did you think? I'm getting these panic attacks out of the blue now. What did you think was happening to you? Do you think, am I going to die? Should I end my life? What were you thinking?
Yeah, I literally thought that, am I going to die? I felt like I was losing control of my life. I didn't have control over my life because I felt like, you know, panic attacks and depression really took over my life, over my way of thinking. The simplest things that one would do, taking care of themselves, combing their hair, taking themselves to work, I was unable to do. I wasn't able to work for a good 6 months.
Right, so you kind of, you know what, this is it for me.
Yeah.
Right, you never thought that you would be sitting here telling your story about how you used to be. Not
in a million years.
Right.
I couldn't even think about the next 20 minutes, let alone, I don't know, a few years.
Your life has turned completely around.
Yeah.
Right? On this program, we talk about how a person who uses their faith can change the course of their life, right?
Yeah.
So how did faith help you? Because did you believe in God before?
I never.
You never believed in God?
I never believed in God at all.
I would never prayed?
Never prayed. Never even read a Bible.
Right.
Nothing.
I take it you do these things now?
Yeah.
So from how you used to be to where you are now, how did your faith help you to bring you to this point in your life? Actually, it's not just now. You've been happy now for how many years?
For 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
No more panic attacks?
No more panic attacks.
No depression?
No depression, no insomnia, nothing. Nothing at all.
And you are working now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
How did your faith, the use of your faith, help you?
It was really a journey, to be honest. Like I said, because I didn't believe in God at all. And it wasn't until when I was passing through this situation, a friend of mine invited me to a church. But it was there that I started to learn how to develop a relationship with God. I used to take my Bible or take the Bible and meditate on it slowly, understand it for myself. I would take the passage and see how that related to my life.
Right.
And literally I was reading the Bible as if I was living in it.
Right.
So things that I would see that heroes of faith would do years ago, I would do. And slowly I used to see changes happening.
So reading the Bible.
Yeah.
You read there, it's not just stories.
Yeah.
But what you read, you've kind of applied it to you.
Yeah.
In other words, if this could happen to them, why can't it happen to me? Is that basically the understanding?
Exactly, yeah.
Some people may view the Bible as a history book, right? Events that took place in the past. And that's it. But in actual fact, the Bible and things contained in it, they are a lesson for us now. things that we read in the Bible is applicable to our lives today. And, you know, things that you read there, you started praying about it, started believing, God, if you are there, if you exist, come and change. In your prayers, what were you saying to God?
It wasn't about, I wasn't asking, you know, please, can you help me? Because as I was reading the Bible, I could literally see that he helped those people. He helped those people then, so why not me?
Right.
Because I'm not much different from them.
Yeah.
They were human like me. So as I was reading the Bible, like I said, it was like I was walking in it.
Yeah.
Walking in it.
What did you say to God? There are some people that believe in God, but still they don't know how to communicate. How can you talk to someone you can't see? So what did you say? And while you were saying those things, or after you said that prayer, what were you thinking inside of you?
I would pray and ask God to help, first of all, to help me to understand his words. And as I was reading the Bible and understanding it, I would ask, okay, so what do I need to apply? What am I doing that is wrong? Or what do I need to do in order to see this promise fulfilled in my life?
Right.
And every time I would do that, it was like I was taking a step forward, and every day reading or meditating on the word of God was giving me strength,
right,
in order to use my faith.
Can you say then that the Bible is applicable today? It did help you, prayers did help you,
most definitely.
Meditation on the Bible helped, putting it into practice, you know, being around other Christians, positive people, right? Not just praying and religious types, but people who live everyday lives like everyone else. But through being around those people, you learn to develop your faith and be where you are today.
Most definitely.
Yeah?
Most definitely. Like I said, the Bible is literally every day was a bit of strength that I didn't have.
Yeah.
And until today, it's my stepping stool. Every day, I'm going higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
So definitely.
How is Anneka then today in a nutshell?
I'm very happy, but I'm happy within.
It's funny because yesterday's guest said the same thing, right? Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy within. I know who I am. I have a goal. I have dreams. I have a vision. I have vision.
Of where you want to be.
Exactly.
You didn't have that before, right?
Not at all.
As you said, you had the panic attack. You couldn't see past 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Now you're working.
I am, yeah.
Right?
I love my job. Absolutely love my job.
And, you know, you're happy today. How is family, this family situation?
Obviously, everyone's out of prison.
Yeah.
We've all built a relationship with each other. It didn't happen overnight. It was a process, but I can say that I actually have a nice family.
Yeah. And that's all down to, you know, your faith and your belief in God, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
If you would like to know, if you would like to experience this power of faith in your life, then stay tuned, because after the break, as usual, we'll be praying for you. Get your glass of water ready, because I'm going to show you how you can use faith to change your situation around. We'll see you after this.
All systems are go. We're about ready. All systems are go. We're about ready.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Now, before we go for the prayers we normally do at the end of the program, every one of us has faith. You have faith, I have faith. Sometimes we don't believe anymore because of the negative circumstances that take place, situations that occur that, affect our lives. And if you believed in God before, it doesn't matter what problems you've gone through or are going through. Do not blame God for what has happened to you. You've got to still maintain your faith. You've got to still believe that things can change. You all like those success or motivational films, right? It makes you feel good, right? It makes you feel happy. Those 2 hours of watching what that person did, it motivates you, it helps you, you feel good. But understand something, your life won't change in 2 hours. Faith is what you need in order to be from down here to be up there. That's what God is looking at. If you truly believe in Him, that He can take you from where you are now to where you want to be. And what you need, or what He needs from you, is your faith. All right? And we're going to pray now. And our aim on this program is to help you to develop your faith in God. I can't do anything for people who don't believe in God, but you who still have a hope, you that have tried everything and maybe your last resort is God, why not give Him a try then? Let's go for the prayer now.
Prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like us to make a prayer concerning your financial life, send your name and a prayer request to help@findinganswers.tv.
My God, I pray in the name of Jesus Christ for this person who has lost their drive. They've lost any self-belief in themselves. They've lost their ambition to succeed or to achieve any other goal that they want to achieve in their lives. My God, it is not you, it is not your fault why things happen to people. And many people blame you. They blame you for their failings. They blame you for when things go wrong. But they fail to realize that if there is good, there is also evil. If there is you, there is also evil that wants to put this person down, that wants to stop them dead in their tracks, to make them not believe in themselves, to actually suffer as Anneka suffered, with panic attacks, depression, even wanting to take her own life. My God, I pray that you may help this person who wants to achieve their goals in life. They want the drive back. They want that motivation again. They want to believe in themselves. And if they're finding it hard to do so, Father, help them now. Visit this person in their home as they're sitting in front of the TV now. Maybe they're watching this on our YouTube channel, my God, as a recording, but they're still joining us in the prayer. Father, when this person will drink this glass of water, or when they will say amen after this prayer, my God, help them to believe, help them to use their faith. It is like the touch paper being lit and this person starting the ball rolling. Help them to start believing in themselves. So in the name of Jesus Christ, I believe that this water is now blessed. It is now an instrument in God's hands. And as you drink it, as it's in your hands and you drink it, may all your past, may all the negative thoughts, may everything that held you back be removed. And may you start again. Believe now not only in yourself, but believe in the God that we are praying to, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Drink this water now and receive the answers that you've set out to achieve, in Jesus' name. There you have it, all right? Your life, if you believe, will change. All God is waiting for you to do now is to stay on the right track. Be persistent, keep motivated, and anytime you find yourself in a hard situation, then pray. Ask God, use your faith, because He'll be there to help you. Until tomorrow, the same time, have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.